in an AI world, I'll just say this, there's two ways we can go. We either have AI enhance the individual or repress the individual. You either go top down, government controls using AI, or you have bottom up, individual controls using AI.
It's going to be both. Because I got faith that, before we were ever born, there were other people defending freedom and liberty, and they were fighting these same battles. And we're gonna be boxing clever, because it reminds me of lockdowns. With somewhere in the British government, they were leaking that Boris was having Partygate, and there are patriots deep in the British government that will subvert all this. I mean, the British people are famously subversive. So I have every faith that it's the silent ones out there, the smart ones that are keeping their mouths shut but undermining all the tyranny.
Yeah.
I mean, we're clowns, so we're blab. Well, I'm out here blabbing. I'll be the first one to be put against the wall and shot.
Undoubtedly.
You guys might do it yourself, but we'll take care of him.
Let's move on to Suella. What do you think of her defecting? I mean, are we going to end up with Reform just full of boring old Tories again? We have to put up with the same
from their
crap that we've had for 14 years from these idiots?
From their perspective, they obviously want some so-called big hitters names. Yeah. And quite clearly, it's a little bit of a coup, in inverted commas, not so much of one. Do you think it's going to make a big difference?
I don't know. The point is they want some big hitters because they don't really have an infrastructure.
No.
I mean, Nigel has done a great... Nigel is a fabulously magnetic personality and leader, a charming guy. I know him. And he's done a brilliant job building up grassroots associations in all the towns, local chairman of the Conservative Party, like the Conservatives had, now local chairman of Reform. That's really strong to have all the grassroots around the country. Very good. But in the middle, he hasn't yet got a cadre. He hasn't got an organization of really top people like Trump does. In every department, there's somebody really talented. Nigel doesn't have that yet, but he's got several years to get it. But adding these old Tories who Suella, she didn't go with the rest of the crowd, so I'd give her a pass maybe. But
some of the old Tories are the swamp.
They're the swamp.
Yes.
Well
problem,
put, Mr. Hoerr. Absolutely. They're what should be drained rather than recruited, because they ain't gonna, they're not gonna turn around and change, are they? Of course not. We're gonna end up with the Tory party again.
Right.
It's tricky. It's very tricky because remember, Trump had 2 administrations to get his ducks in a row.
And a break in between to see how much he didn't want to mess about.
I need them to win, but if I take them in order to win, I'm going to end up with the same, what I had before.
I think Reform desperately.
The first time around, I'm sorry to talk over you. The first time around, Trump appointed whom he was told to.
Right.
This time, he appointed people he trusts. I mean, I know quite a few of them, and he's got the right team.
Well, where was it again? I mean, I don't know who Suella is. I do know that Nigel's missing a trick here, because my wife keeps up to speed on all this stuff. Mostly one issue. She's a one issue person, and it's women's rights. She's like a hardcore feminist. And Nigel and Reform tend to be a little bit of a boys' club. Nigel hasn't been strong enough, in her opinion, against dudes in women's bathrooms and dudes in women's sports. Which look, I gig at transsexual clubs, Zodiac. We're comics. We have friends in every walk of life. But I also have a wife and a daughter, and I certainly listen to my wife. And it makes perfect sense. In fact, I was at a pub the other night, and a dude in a frock, about 6'3", goes right into the women's bathroom, and everybody's like, well, it's not like he's going to rape her, It's like, well, yeah, but women should have a space where they don't feel physically threatened.
Of course.
Right? This guy was like a linebacker. Yeah, I mean, if he was pissing next to me, I might be shaking, let alone in the women's restroom.
You would be shaking.
It reminds me of, I was at a gig once, a music gig, and there was a huge line for the women's bathroom, and there was a trans person there, and she saw the line and went straight in the gents.
Yeah, optional. It's optional. You got the option.
True.
You wear a dress out, you can go to either toilet, whichever line's shorter. That's hilarious. It's like, I guess I'll pee standing up tonight. Too funny, mate. Too funny.
On women's rights, to crowbar Iran back into the conversation, because I have to.
Yeah.
What baffles me is women's rights is surely a left issue. It's a liberal issue. But Iran has repressed women's rights for 40 years.
Yeah.
And yet the left is nowhere to be seen.
I know.
Nothing to say.
Because they don't care.
That's why they've been quiet.
It's a mind virus in that there's only one opinion, and they beat each other to submission. If you want to be in the left club, because I like hanging out with lefties, they're fun to party with, and But if you want to be in their club, everybody has to share the exact same opinion.
Yes, that's exactly.
And that's where I'm getting off the boat here, guys.
Yeah.
Or they have countries where they make them do it. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, one-party systems.
So is Suella defecting to Reform good for Reform and good for Suella or not?
Is it a non-event?
It's a bit of a mix.
Non-event, okay.
I think it will gain voters, and it will also lose voters. Because there are going to be some voters that will say, it's just the Tories again. But then there's going to be, you've got to remember, there are quite centrist people out there, centrist voters. A friend of mine is a lefty, and when he saw Braverman defect, he was like, you're gaining a reputation now, Reform.
So is she good?
He saw it as a boost, but he's a liberal guy.
Is she good looking or not? Is she hot?
I'd say 2 beers.
So I got a question.
No, seriously.
Who's the head of the?
What do you think? Is she good looking or not?
Is Nigel
Braverman?
I've never seen a picture of her. I don't know who she is.
Is Nigel trying to emulate his friend Donald Trump and surround himself with beautiful women?
Is Suella good looking?
She's not bad. She's not bad at all.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say she was ugly.
No comment.
Okay.
I mean,
for politicians, she must be at like a 10.
For politicians, she's high.
Yeah.
If you hang around Trump with his lawyers and his advice, you see all these gorgeous women. I mean, there's a very popular meme that's gone around. You got the strap line is, why is Putin so friendly with Trump? And you got Putin getting off the Russian equivalent of Air Force One, surrounded by women, and they're all fat, lumpy babushkas that you see at the bottom of the subway in St. Petersburg, And then you see Trump getting off Air Force One with all these gorgeous women around him, and that's why Putin wants to be his friend. So is Nigel starting to emulate this now? By her, I think she's quite good looking. Is he trying to bring in all these good looking ladies?
I think there's a certain section of the electorate that will probably go for that.
Yeah.
She's fit, I'll vote for.
I think so.
I mean, I know that I've heard this. Who's the leader of the Conservative Party? Semi, or what's her name?
That's very telling.
Memmy.
No, and
Kemi
Baden.
Yeah. Well, I've heard her talk though, and I mean, where was she? I mean, she probably would have been pressured into locking us down too. But I mean, she's the leader that the conservatives have needed. Everybody can get behind an intelligent conservative black woman.
Of course.
I mean, and she's a smart lady.
Yes.
But it's a little too late. Too little, too late.
I think that's been the case with all the conservative leaders for the past 10 years.
Absolutely useless.
Well, just wrong place, wrong time.
Except for Liz.
But I think, Kemi Baden, like you say, at a different time, she would have been ideal.
She's a killer, man.
Now it's the ship's left the station.
Well, I've seen her up there in Parliament ripping the other side to shreds and on women's stuff, and she's right on the money.
Yeah.
And if Farage started speaking a little bit of her language, he'd get 50% more people on board, because the ladies, I can categorically tell you, are not with him right now. In fact, he'd get ladies from the left, because the ladies on the left are getting fed up with this stuff.
Yeah.
Because there's a sacred term called woman, and it's being infringed upon. And so Nigel is completely missing a trick here.